John, how important was it for Bradford to return to winning ways after those two narrow defeats?
No, it was important for us to play well. I thought we'd played well in the two narrow defeats, and they've played equally as well today. So I'm delighted with the form that we're in, and I think that second half showing was it was a very emphatic one, and we looked after the ball very well. We asked some good questions with the ball, ended our sets well, and we were very, very tough defensively. So I can go home tonight and feel in a very happy frame of mind.
Is that one of the main positives, John, that second half shutout?
It is, yeah. I mean, I thought we played around the first half for 34 minutes, and then we let them get 2 tries, and you could see it visibly lifted their spirits. So we challenged them at half time to dampen their spirits, and I think you can say they did that.
Did you feel that they were playing a little bit too comfortable towards the end of the first half?
Yes, I do. Yeah, I think they got into a bit of a comfort zone, but that soon knocked them out of it. When it made it a 2-point ball game. But the second half was very good indeed, and there's a lot of people can feel very happy with the performances today.
It's always tough to come to a place like this, John, with the 3G playing surface and come away with a comfortable win in the end.
Yeah, it's not just a playing surface. It's a long way. And what you've got to do is get everything right on the day. And we ate at Odsall before we set off, which so we ensured that the players are fueled properly. We got the hydration strategy right on the bus, so that they've come out here, and you wouldn't have thought we'd travel 100 however many miles it is to play a game of rugby. So delighted with the backroom staff, delighted with the players. So it's been a good evening.
Brad England was a late withdrawal, John. What's Brad
It's
done?
poorly, is Brad. Yes, it's poorly. He came in. We gave him a test as well. He's tested negative, which is good, but he's still ill. And when we asked him, he said he couldn't guarantee 80 minutes of football. Well, if a player's as honest as that, you've got to respect that decision, and that led to a bit of a reshuffle. But I thought Adam Rooks came in. I thought it was absolutely magnificent. That's probably his best game in a bull shirt today. So I was really pleased with Rooksy.
Nothing long term then for Brad?
No, it's just poorly. So whether it's something he's eaten or whatever, but I won't tell you what it is, Mick, because we're on camera. But he just needs to recover from that and get some electrolytes down. He'll be okay then.
And describe your decision then, John. 'Cause obviously it would have been between Joe Burton or Brad Ho.
There was Joe Burton, Brad Ho, there was Jack Sanderson, and there was young Billy Jowett. But Joe's a good player, and he's got a very good career in front of him. And I think when he went on there, you saw he was troublesome with his footwork. So he's a player we've got high hopes of, and you've got to develop him properly. And I thought that was the right time to send him out there. The game, in the likelihood was that the game was won, so he could go out there and just express himself and get a bit more experience at this level.
Defogging Johnson now has 5 tries in his last 4 games, John. Got a couple this afternoon, some real smart play on the wing.
Yeah, that's his job though. If you don't wing, your job is to clear the backfield and get your forwards on the front foot, and then when you get into their end, your job's to finish them, and he did his job very well indeed.
He was great under the high ball as well.
He was, yeah. You could see that targeted him in the first half. I mean, he ain't the biggest guy, but he's very brave. The thing about David is he's very brave, and he caught those high balls really well. And I think their strategy perhaps changed at half time because they weren't getting any change from him.
Do you think half time came at a good time for you?
It did, yes, because we could address what we perceived as some problems at that time, and we'd had a couple of head knocks as well just before that, which disrupted us. So it did come at the right time. We could just settle everything down, address 1 or 2 things, and you see what happened in the second half. It was a very positive response.
Just regarding the egg knocks, John, nothing serious, because obviously after half time we saw Allison and Evans back out.
They were both okay, yes, and what you have to do. You're in the doctor's hands. If the doctor says you have to bring him off, you have to bring him off, and then he's got to do his due diligence and make sure that they test them properly, and if they can go back on, great. If they can't, you've just got to wear it. But that's their responsibility, and they take their responsibility very seriously, and rightly so.
Over 500 Bradford fans here this evening, John. Your thoughts on them? It did feel like a mini Odsall.
Oh, it was marvellous, wasn't it? It's just great when they make that noise, and it does inspire you. There's no doubt about that. It's a bit of a cliche thing, they're the 18th man, but they really are. And when you get tired, you hear that racket, and you know they're supporting you. It sort of drives you just on for that extra effort. And I thought our efforts, today were pretty good.